Good day, dear Virgos. Welcome back to your weekly reading. Your cards are coming out already. Awesome. Virgo, what I've decided I'm going to do is for each of the weekly readings, whichever video gets the most watches, I'm going to do them first in the zodiac line, and then we just go down from there. Unfortunately, Virgo, not a lot of views on your videos for sure. I don't know what that's about. But anyways, if you are finding that they resonate in any way, shape, or form, or you feel the need to comment, please do. Most welcome, that's for sure. Helps the channel grow and get out to other people who may need or want to hear the messages. I always try to bring through the highest and the best. Sometimes, there's some really strange energies that come through in these things. Scorpio's was a little convoluted and really difficult to suss out. So I'm hoping yours is a little more clear. I always feel bad when I can't get, that nice crisp clarity on something. So Virgo, let's see what's going on with you. We've got the Knight of Wands coming out, the Six of Swords, Ace of Wands, and Ace of Pentacles. It's interesting. The aces have been showing themselves today quite a bit. Moving away from something or someone towards a passionate new beginning. Knight of Wands is typically like a fire sign, though the energy of Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. This can be the kind of person that comes in fast and leaves just as quickly, but they're a ton of fun, right? They can really bring out the passion in situations, excitement, kind of that rush, that speed and stuff like that. But again, it looks like there's some movement away from the energy of this type of person, like I said, to new and passionate beginnings. It looks like Seven of Pentacles, something that you've been working on for quite a while. Could be 7 years, 7 months, but something that, you've kind of put your heart and soul into, and it's kind of ready to come to fruition now. And you're just reflecting on how much work actually went into this. Yeah. Let's see. Is this going to be career, relationship? I wonder. Very interesting. It's good though, because new beginnings coming in, that's never a bad thing, right? Especially with these ones. There's good energy behind that. Curious about what this Knight of Wands you're leaving behind though. If this is a person or just a situation that kind of carries that energy. The Fool, new beginnings, Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, amazing. So whatever it is that you've been working on or thinking about, like when I say thinking about a project that, you're bringing to fruition, or a situation that you've been putting energy into anyways, it's creating a new beginning here, right? Again, reinforced by the two aces up here, kind of taking that leap. I'm just hearing something, what may come. I don't know. Anyways, and then the Wheel of Fortune, being, to me, always events where the Wheel of Fortune turns and fortune ensues sort of thing, right? Again, it just really speaks to this idea of new beginnings. Who we have here, the Strength card, okay? So Leo energy there. I just heard labor of love. Like, this feels like something you've really nurtured. This is an idea that you've really nurtured and that you're bringing forward now. It's taken a lot of strength to get through this, though. There has been some indecision somewhere along the line about this. Like, there was a time where, there's a lot of options before you and you had to pick something to invest your energy into. Okay, and it looks like you did, and it looks like, yeah, it was a really good choice. The Fool bringing the Sun. So moving away from something, the Fool, the Sun. The Sun is the happiest card of the deck. There's an innocence to this. There's a vivaciousness. There's just like the dawn of a new day. It's amazing. Okay. These are all super positive cards. Victory. Yeah, I'm feeling victory after a hard road. Like, there's been some struggle in here. This hasn't been something that's easy. Like I said, it took all the strength you could to bring this into being. But just know that this has been a victorious decision. We're kind of hitting that energy again that I got earlier with, who was that? Aries, Who else did I do today? I can't quite recall. It doesn't matter right now, but what I'm trying to say is that this energy is very concise, it's very straightforward, and it's very, very positive, which is great. So we've got the Knight of Cups, the Lovers in reverse. You know, my first inclination is to say that you had offered this idea to somebody else in the past and they refused. They actually, or didn't make a choice. Like you'd offered something to somebody and there was no choice made. And so you were kind of left empty-handed, I'm hearing. Like, what? I am getting that this is more like career focused. That was my feeling off of this. So who is this Knight of Cups showing up in here? This is energy typically of like Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, or the energy of that. But I still feel like it's an idea. It's an idea that you brought forward to someone, you know, and again, this came from your heart and soul, whatever this project was that you were working on, and a choice wasn't made. They didn't make a choice. But I feel like this led to your growth. I feel like this led to your victory. I just heard their loss, like, you know what I mean? I'm fine, like, no skin off my nose sort of thing. Like, you're the one losing out here, you know, is kind of the banter that I'm hearing going back and forth. Tell us more about the situation. We can get a little more detail. There's stuff that's kind of jumping out, but doesn't want to be seen quite yet. So for our lovely Virgos, if you could provide a little more clarity around this offer, a choice not being made, and leaving this person still sitting pretty, I'm hearing in a really good position. The Page of Pentacles. So an offer. Who's this offer to? What was this offer to, or what was this offer about? Hello? Hello, anyone there? To the King of Swords. Four of Swords, Ace of Swords, another ace. Are you for real? Now we just need the Ace of Wands to come out, right? And the Devil. Yeah, and I mean, it's clearly saying there is something expressed or something offered. I get it's more of an offer. It's not an expression. This might have been an expression down here, but when I'm asking to clarify on, there is something offered to this King of Swords. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. And it's putting someone in the position where they had to go back and think about it. They had to meditate on it. Like, and I'm not saying that someone necessarily meditated, but like, you know, when someone says to you, okay, I need to think about that. Like, give me some time. I'm going to take that back and think about it, is kind of the energy that I'm getting from this, right? About this new idea, this presentation. But I feel like they might have counter offered or something, communicated something, because it is the swords, you know, the same suit. And this wasn't in your best interest. I feel like this would have left you in a position where you would have been tied and bound to something that wouldn't have turned out the best for you. And so I believe this led to a solo venture where you're just on your own and you're in a much better place for it. Joining up with this person, I just get the feeling, would not have been in your best interest. If this is something that's currently happening right now, I'd caution you, based on the cards here, to think about joining up with this person. But it's interesting because down here it's expressing that there wasn't a choice being made, right? But in any event, I'm being asked to come back up and just to if this is currently ongoing, to just give some thought to joining forces with this person, because it would you know, chain you to them. You'd be chained to this person, and I don't think that's what you're looking for. I really doesn't have that energy to it. You know, when we were focusing more on you and how this new adventure was starting, and that it would bring, you know, victory, right? After working really, really hard on something, you know, coming into the Empress energy. That's beautiful energy. It's a culmination of all of the queens, right? And masculine and feminine energy. It doesn't have to be, you know, gender specific, but, and then we get kind of this energy over here of, you know, offers being presented and that not being in your best interest. So stay the course for what you're doing now. Yeah, the Queen of Pentacles here in reverse, and the Seven of Swords in reverse. I just want to say, like, you dodged a bullet is what I'm hearing in my head, honestly. You dodged a bullet. You're the Empress. You don't need this up here. That's all I'm going to say about it. I think that's all that needs to be said about it. Yeah, justice, right? Yeah. There's a weighing of the scales. Again, I think you've kind of gone and it could have something to do with like legal implications or something like that too. That's one possibility, but I also feel it's like weighing the scales, right? And it's kind of just like, well, you know, if I do this, this is the advantage. If I do that, there's that. Yeah, communication not coming in about something. Okay, what's this about? From the Queen of Swords. Interesting, because that's your matchup to the King of Swords there. So again, Queen of Swords carrying that energy of Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Somebody who tells it like it is. Here's the facts. This is what I'm presenting to you. This is, you know, what I have to say. But it's interesting because, you know, this something about this isn't being communicated because the Eight of Wands is in reverse. So it's almost like this person is talking into thin air. You know what I mean? So I don't know if you were feeling that way, like the communication with this person was just off and you felt like you were talking to yourself maybe. It's kind of the energy that I'm getting. Can we clarify the Queen of Swords, please? And what communication wasn't coming through for this person? Why is this situation becoming less clear as we go on? Super clear off the start, and as we start to get into it, it starts to get more convoluted, right? I really do feel like this issue is really straightforward. This part of the reading here, I think you can rely on that. I think you're on the right track. It's only when we get into this part, when we start mixing in other people and other energies and other offers and things like that, that it starts to get convoluted and doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like the clarity disappears. And so I think that's a huge red flag for you, just right off the bat. So Queen of Swords, the Star and the Queen of Wands. Yeah, it's almost like this Queen of Swords was offering something. It could be false promises. Like I just heard, I'm going to make you a star. You're a shooting star, no matter where you are. Like something like that to this Queen of Wands. Well, the Queen of Wands isn't having anything to do with it. She's not listening. And you know, this person is someone who's really confident. They know what they want. They know how to get there. They've got a vision for themselves. And it's really the energy that I'm feeling through here. I think this is more in keeping, this Queen of Wands energy with this energy over here than it is over here with the King and Queen of Swords, right? So, I mean, this person was offering you everything, but there was just something about this that you didn't like. It just didn't feel right. Like, no. And I don't know if it's that you want to go at this on your own. You don't want to have partners involved in this. Something tells me that if there were people coming forward, there was multiple proposals. But, oh dear, we got someone at the door. That's okay. We can have them wait. But in any event, you were going to go on this on your own. Yeah, exactly. New beginnings. Seriously. Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. Did we have the Ace of Swords? And we had the Ace of Swords. So this reading is chock full of new beginnings. Okay. Yeah, isn't that interesting? I'd be really curious about what is this that you've been working on? What is this project that you've been focusing on that is bringing all of this fortune into your life, this victory, this good stuff? I'm just going to put these over here. Like a true Virgo, you've definitely put in the work, right? Four of Pentacles and the Death card. I feel like this is an idea that you've been hanging on to for a while. I think this is something that you've been thinking about for quite some time and you were keeping it to yourself. I feel like you felt you needed to covet this and to not release it into the world. I think because you felt this idea or this project, whatever you're working on, was transformative. Okay, this was something that was going to bring you victory, right? And I just get that you closely guarded it because of that. It was coveted because of that. I don't even know if we need to ask about outcome in this because it's pretty clear when you get the Sun card, like new opportunities in every suit, and you've got the Sun card on top of it. Like, you know, good stuff's coming. I don't know what happened over here on the side, if that was resonating with anybody, but I wouldn't even bother. I wouldn't even bother. I just heard, you know, this going out on your own, this victory, it doesn't necessarily make it easier. There could be some, you know, work involved with this, but you're not scared of that. You're not intimidated by that at all. There's something in here about being offered something and not realizing it, not seeing it. What's this about here? This Four of Cups. That's an interesting energy. The Ten of Pentacles. Okay. I feel like this was almost like what this is saying here is that you weren't giving in to distractions. You had your eye on the prize the whole time, okay? This Ten of Pentacles, this is really, to me, talking about building a legacy for yourself, and you were super focused on it. You knew exactly what you wanted, and you weren't taking your eyes off of it. And even when Spirit kind of offered little temptations and stuff, like kind of getting this energy back here with the Queen of Swords offering you the Star, despite that, you were like, nope, keeping your eye on the prize because this is what you want for yourself. You're building a legacy. This is important to you. Getting the Four of Wands on the bottom. Sorry, guys, if it's getting a little noisy. I've got some action in the house. So, Four of Wands, right? So this is like true, again, another victory card, right? Speaking to, I mean, it could be relationships. I just don't feel that in this reading. To me, this is more about a career, about a project, about an idea you've had. I don't know if you're an entrepreneur. Yeah, Judgment. I feel like this was divinely guided and protected. Yeah, absolutely. I feel like, too, there might have been somewhat of a test. Like, I don't know if Spirit was maybe testing you for a bit there and offering you these kind of side temptations to kind of test your will, to test your resolve, and you passed, if that matters to anyone, if you're wondering about that. Oh, gosh, I wish cards would stop dropping today. We've got the Hanged Man. So here's a period of introspection. I'm just getting that you're not afraid. Yeah, you're not afraid. You're not afraid to hang back and to think about things and to take your time, I'm hearing. Because I think you've learned that in the past when you didn't do that, when you didn't take your time, when you didn't kind of hang back and wait for things and wait till the time was right, I'm hearing that this ended in the sense of like, oh, my hard work, like, look, it's all spilled out, like it's all done. And there's always been other ideas that you've had in your back pocket sort of thing, but you didn't want to be left with that feeling of working so hard for something, investing your energy in it and having it all go up in smoke, right? Three of Pentacles coming out next. If you do end up, you know, taking this project forward with anybody else, it'll be a really small group and you will be directing it sort of thing. Like you're kind of going to be the artist. You're going to have a lot of say and direction on what is done. Yeah, and that's going to lead to celebration, okay? I think you're going to have a really tight-knit community, just a small group of people. It could be three. There could be three of you together that will take off with this. And it's something, again, that's going to be really successful. You guys are going to work hard, but you're going to play hard. The rewards will be great, I'm hearing. Okay? Really, really worth it. Anything else for our Virgos today? Any other messages here? I don't even feel like I need to draw an oracle card because we're really getting some nice, meaty stuff through here. What's this about the Knight of Swords? I'd like to get another card before I even debate that. Knight of Swords with the Eight of Pentacles. Be wary of anybody that comes in. Again, this is like, I was speaking of temptations or something. Be wary of anybody that comes in with any flashy offers or ideas or, you know, anyone who tries to kind of harsh your vibe. Because I really feel like here's you, you're working away, you're digging your pentacles, you know, things are going well, and here's this fast energy, kind of sloppy, um, chaotic energy coming in. Not, and you'll know when this person comes around because your energy will not match. Like I said, you're pretty laid back, slow and steady, steady Eddie. I just heard. You're doing your thing, and this person's coming in, and they're just chaos and drama. Like you just don't need it. And I feel you're very wise. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So I think this is just a warning to look out for this person because it'll come in fast. It'll be swift. It'll kind of the kind of energy, honestly, that blows your hair back. Yeah, they're just clowning around. I just heard that. Sorry, that's just like literally this stuff's just coming to my mind. I'm just with the Page of Cups here. They're just a clown. Okay, they're not serious. They're wasting your time. Go away. Like this one comes up a lot today, but I'm hearing like that's Mickey Mouse. Like I don't need any of your Mickey Mouse ideas, right? Yeah, and honestly, I feel like you'll pay them no mind. It's interesting. Do you have curly hair? I'm getting a sense that someone out there has this curly hair, fair skinned. Yeah, who knows? Maybe someone out there, right? Any final messages for our beautiful Virgo before we end the reading today? Any other messages, words of advice, words of praise? Yeah, that's the Four of Wands. I spoke to that earlier. It was on the bottom of the deck. It's come out here. This feels victorious, right? And again, I really don't feel this has to do with relationships. I feel like this has to do with dreams. And it almost has like the feeling of that Olympics, like you're winning, right? You're winning. You didn't do it alone necessarily. The idea might have been yours to start with, but you know, you did have a small team that was with you in that. And I don't know, card just feels like I won, like I'm winning, like winning at life, what have you. Virgo, I think I'm going to end it there for today. That was like a beautiful reading. Thank you so much. Again, if this resonated with you, if you enjoyed it, if you know somebody else that might, please hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Take care, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye for now.